Oceans hide some of the scariest mysteries on Earth, and what was caught on camera here will leave you stunned. Legendary monsters, gigantic sea beasts, and terrifying creatures so unbelievable they were thought to exist only in myths. The uploader claims this video shows a real megalodon sighting. In the clip, a massive sea creature charges at a pier and bites down on it. Even huge fins can be seen above the water's surface. According to the uploader, sharks are never seen in that area, which is why the fins were so shocking. He believed the mythical megalodon had somehow returned and made its way to his area. However, the details don't add up because the water looks too shallow, as the man was just knee-deep inside it, and no location was given either. That's why the uploader's claim seems fishy. Trident tail monster. In Florida, a fisherman named Raymond Cole was out near Kissimmee River. He noticed an unusually huge creature moving in the water, so he pulled out his phone and began recording. When the creature's tail came up, he realized it wasn't normal at all. The end of it was split into 3 sharp tips. After seeing its strange form, he thought he'd just captured the mythical trident-tailed sea monster. The next day, he showed the clip to his fellow fishermen, but they said it could be an ordinary sea creature whose tail was damaged by a propeller. So, who do you agree with? Deep sea giant. Some Japanese marine biologists captured this footage a mile beneath the surface of Japan's Sagami Bay. They'd placed a baited cage on the ocean floor, hoping to lure a cat shark, but instead, the cage drew in a monstrous shark. The cage itself was 30 feet wide, but the shark made its structure look tiny. That's how massive this creature was. Even the largest known shark, the whale shark, only grows to about 61 feet, roughly double the cage's size. But this one looked far bigger. The biologists were left with one possibility: that it could be a megalodon, but they'd gone extinct nearly 3 million years ago. That's why the video's mystery is still unresolved. River serpent. A man was on a trip to a river in Scotland. While he was recording the peaceful scene, he noticed a disturbance under the water. Huge ripples began forming in one spot. He was shocked, because that river had almost no fish big enough to cause such movement. So he kept recording. That's when a massive body broke through the surface. It was dark, serpentine, and covered in pale spots. The strange texture made him instantly think of the Loch Ness monster. After that brief appearance, the creature slipped back under the water and didn't appear again. Shark or megalodon? Marine experts had been following a mysterious signal for weeks after they first caught a glimpse of a giant shadow on their radar. At first, they thought it was a really massive shark. Although it's common to find sharks in the Atlantic Ocean, none are supposed to grow anywhere near that size. When they finally tracked it, they realized its dorsal fin was so huge. It looked like a sail. As they approached, the creature didn't flee. However, even from up close, they couldn't decide if it was a true megalodon or just a gigantic shark.
Do not know if it sees us, if it knows we are here, but a feeling lingers in my gut. It is leading us somewhere.
Mythical entity. What is that strange creature? A kayaker named Robert Harris loved sharing his voyages on YouTube, but one trip turned out to be very strange. As he was on the river water in Louisiana, he noticed a pale creature. The body was huge and bulbous, and instead of eyes, there were swollen folds of blubbery skin. The creature didn't even react to him at all. When he uploaded the video, it was taken down from his channel, but by then, it had already gone viral. Viewers claimed the creature matched descriptions of the Ninjin, the giant pale humanoid whale-like cryptid of South Asian folklore. Prehistoric reptiles. In Anapa, Russia, a diver named Irina Volkova allegedly recorded a video that has started a heated debate online. The video shows her swimming beside what appears to be living plesiosaurs in the Black Sea. These massive marine reptiles are believed to have vanished over 65 million years ago, which immediately raises questions about the video. If it was authentic, scientists and marine experts would already be in a frenzy, and headlines worldwide would be reporting the return of these ancient creatures. Sea monster. In Okanagan Lake, Canada, a man who had come only for sightseeing noticed unusual ripples on the water's surface. The disturbance looked far too strong to be caused by ordinary fish, so he pulled out his camera and zoomed in. What he recorded was really shocking. A dark, serpentine body slithered just beneath the surface. And it seemed to be at least 20 feet long. Only part of it emerged, which is why the camera doesn't show the full creature. Its true size and identity remain unknown. But one thing became clear that day, that the Okanagan Lake might be hiding a mysterious underwater beast. From this aerial view of a beach in San Francisco, a helicopter crew was surveying the shoreline when something strange caught their eye. Far below, the water rippled as a massive shape moved just beneath the surface. They thought it could be crocodiles, but the creature's size was far too huge for that. They kept recording, and when they and marine biologists analyzed the footage later, they were really shocked. The outline resembled a plesiosaur, a marine reptile that went extinct about 65 million years ago. If it was really a plesiosaur, could it mean we were wrong about their extinction? Terrifying sea serpent. This video shows exactly why the deep sea is so terrifying. On June 7th, 2018, researchers sent down a deep sea probe to 240 meters in the Java Trench, hoping to record marine life in its natural environment. At first, the footage showed nothing but empty, murky water, as if no other creatures existed there. Then, glowing eyes appeared in the dark. As the lens adjusted to the low light, it revealed a monstrous serpent-like head. It was massive and dragon-like. Instead of charging, the creature slipped back into the darkness. It didn't appear again, but maybe this beast explained the eerie absence of other marine life in those waters. Ancient returns. In May of 2023, researchers from National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration sent a deep-sea camera into the Pacific Ocean as part of their seafloor mapping initiative. The mission's goal was to study marine geology. That's when the camera recorded a massive, elongated figure. It was lined with tiny, sharp spikes running down its back. When analysts reviewed the footage, they were baffled because no known marine creature fit this description. Its reptilian outline looked eerily familiar to mosasaurs, ancient predators believed to be extinct. After seeing this, experts are now planning another mission to gather more information. Unidentified creature. The Japanese Research Institute, JAMSTEC, discovered an unknown creature at the bottom of Sagami Bay in Japan. It happened in August 2010, when their ROV captured unsettling footage during a dive. At first, everything seemed normal until something unusual came into view. A pale, smooth, bulbous figure with eerie white eyes appeared at a depth of 1,022 meters. The analysts said that they'd never seen this creature before, but they also guessed that it could be a decomposing animal because it was completely motionless. The footage has left experts and viewers puzzled, with no clear answers about what was truly recorded. Lake Van Monster. This is an old video, and no one knows who filmed it or when. What we do know is that it was recorded at Lake Van, the largest lake in Turkey. The footage shows a dark shape in the distance. It looks like a long, neck-like form rising above the surface. The camera was too far away to capture details, but the outline looks strangely similar to the Loch Ness monster. Could this be a real sighting of that monster? Deep sea jelly. Here's a rare glimpse into the deep. It's a video of a jellyfish few have ever seen. This is Paraphilopsis broweri, captured at a depth of about 900 meters. The unmanned probe Hyperdolphin, a deep diving research vehicle, filmed it in Sagami Bay on March 13th, 2002. Mission was led by the Japan Agency for Marine Earth Science and Technology. Limited information is available on this strange jellyfish because it has only been documented 18 times. That's why even after being documented the creature still remains mysterious. Terrifying monster. This video was sent by an anonymous source and allegedly happened in Auckland, New Zealand on the 6th of August, 2025. A man was at the beach at 5 in the morning when no one else was around. The thick fog covered the sea. Then he saw something rise above the water. First, two enormous dragon-like wings rose up, stretching wide into the sky. Then, a massive skeletal body appeared. It looked terrifying and otherworldly. If it had a face, it wasn't visible from that distance. Do you believe this chilling sight was real? River mystery. One by one, the deep sea is revealing its secrets, and this boatman's camera captured one of them. In 2021, on the Pahang River in Malaysia, some boatmen noticed strange ripples ahead, thinking it might be a big catch. They went closer, but what they found was no ordinary fish. The creature had a shape so bizarre, it was hard to describe or identify. At first, they suspected it was a bird carcass, but quickly ruled that possibility out because the creature was moving fast. They startled them so much that the boatman dropped his phone. And if he hadn't recovered it, we wouldn't have been able to witness this mysterious entity. Strange sea anomaly. On July 21st, 2015, marine photographer Thomas Brown recorded a strange sea creature near Roseville Bridge in Sydney, Australia. Only part of it was visible from the water. Its head was huge and oddly shaped, unlike any sea animal he had ever documented. At first, he thought it was the decomposed carcass of a shark or whale, but that idea vanished when it moved quickly with a long serpentine body. Thomas didn't believe it was the Loch Ness monster either, because the head looked far too different from the mythical creature's depictions. The creature eventually swam away, leaving him with countless questions. Unidentified sea creatures. Tourists were on a boat on the waters near Mount Karadagh in Crimea, Ukraine. While enjoying the view, they suddenly saw strange creatures break through the surface. They had never seen anything like it before. They had dark, shiny bodies and unsettling faces. Sight left the group both amazed and frightened. Fortunately for them, the creatures didn't charge at their boat. People thought they'd witnessed a rare species of deep-sea creatures. But one tourist made a bold claim, saying it was the mythical Karadagh snake. However, there are not many documented sightings of that creature to confirm this claim. Shark monstrosity. Look at this monstrosity. This video was recorded by a Mexican diver who loves to explore the deep sea and capture rare and eerie creatures. He came across something that looked like a hybrid, with the face of a shark and the body of a serpent. It might seem unreal, but this is a real animal called the frilled shark. This species has existed for over 80 million years and is often called a living fossil. Its mouth holds rows of 300 needle-like teeth. The deep sea truly hides creatures we once thought could only exist in nightmares. Prehistoric beast sighting. Fisherman Daniel Kreitz was out on the Arafura Sea, where he'd spent years catching small fish like sea turtles and dugongs. Nothing unusual ever crossed his path, until this day. In broad daylight, a massive creature appeared just beneath the surface. It had an elongated face, pale skin, and a broad body. It clearly wasn't a crocodile, and it wasn't any kind of sea snake either. The creature swam past him, and left Daniel with too many questions. Could this be a mutated sea creature? Or perhaps a living fossil that survived the ages? Glowing sea terror. Fishermen near the village of Larantuka in Indonesia told the locals about a massive shark lurking in their coastal waters at night. To protect the community, one local fisherman, Rudy Santara, set out to catch it. But what he found was no ordinary shark. At first, he saw only a dark, smooth body gliding under the surface. Then he saw its head, and the sight was terrifying. Its eyes and mouth had an unnatural, fiery glow. Realizing he had made a huge mistake by coming out here alone, Rudy recorded a short video of the monstrosity before retreating to safety. Mysterious creature. What do you think this traveler captured? On April 12th, 2019, vacationers were swimming in the clear waters of the Blue Lagoon in Port Antonio, Jamaica. One of them, Lily Fernandez, swam close to a cave when she noticed movement below the rocks. At first, she thought it was just fish, but as she looked closer, she noticed a face with dark eyes. It seemed to stare back at her from the tight space. Humans couldn't fit beneath those rocks. So, it made no sense for the face to be there. Lily didn't try to get too close to it, and wondered if she had just filmed a mermaid. Sea alien. This strange life form in the video looks like an alien sight. A man is seen poking at the slimy, writhing mass. At first, it seems like he's dangerously close to some creature from another world. But in truth, it is a form of seaweed called Durvillaya antarctica, better known as New Zealand bull kelp. Bull kelp grows in giant tangles and can even survive dangerous waves because of its honeycomb structure. The man in the clip is Maori, the indigenous people of New Zealand. They have long used bull kelp for food preservation and for making tools and containers. Enigmatic sea creature. On April 25th, 2012, an oil rig captured shocking footage of a strange sea creature. It looked like a thin, yet massive membrane covered with thin, pale veins. After the video was shared with marine biologists, they revealed it was one of the rarest creatures captured. This was Deepstaria enigmatica, one of the largest and most mysterious invertebrate predators of the deep sea. This jelly-like giant is really difficult to document because of its habitat, and it's crazy how modern technology now lets us see so far into the hidden depths of our oceans. River beast. Can you guess what this strange creature is? On June 10th, 2018, a local herbalist named Carlos Menendez was gathering plants near the banks of the Orinoco River in Venezuela. While searching along the edge, he noticed a sudden disturbance in the water so strong that he immediately began recording. Moments later, something broke the surface. It had dark greenish-brown skin, and it was massive. Only parts of its body were visible. The undefined form looked terrifying, which is why Carlos did not dare step into the water. Instead, he took the footage home to show others. Unexpected sighting. On May 14th, 2019, when a man named Samuel Ortega was on a boat off the coast of Thailand, he noticed a pale shape moving below the surface. At first, he thought it was just the reflection of sunlight, but as he looked closer, he realized it was a massive white manta ray, which is the largest species of ray in the world. The sight was really shocking for him, because it's not common to spot a giant white manta ray this close to the coast. They usually roam in deep open waters, which makes this sighting incredibly fortunate. Squidworm mystery. During a deep water expedition in the Celebes Sea in 2007, marine biologists discovered a creature unlike anything seen before. It was observed for the first time with ROV cameras on January 29, 2012. It was finally filmed in its natural environment. This is the squidworm. It has a translucent worm-like body and 10 long arms resembling squid tentacles. It's a rare deep-sea wonder that was found at over 9,000 feet underwater. Apart from feeding habits, little else is known about it, which is why it remains an ocean mystery even today. Black Sea Devil. This monstrous creature might look like something from a nightmare, but it is totally real. It's the anglerfish, with a huge gaping mouth full of needle-sharp teeth. From its head grows a long rod tipped with a glowing light. That glow lures prey closer, eventually pulling them into their own doom. What makes this video special is how rare such recordings are. Deep-sea creatures are hard to record, but in November 2014, the Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute captured this 9-centimeter black sea devil 600 meters deep. Bad omen. In Florida, some people were enjoying the water when they spotted these sea creatures. They had long, shiny bodies with silver scales that glimmered under the sunlight. The people were so thrilled by their appearance that they kept recording the whole moment and shared it online. That's when viewers revealed that these were oarfish. They also shared a scary detail about them that the men didn't know. The oarfish itself is harmless, but in folklore, seeing an oarfish near shore is believed to be a warning sign of something bad to come. Shocking dive. On January 6, 2023, a diver off the coast of Toyooka, Japan, had the swim of his life. While exploring the waters, he suddenly came face to face with a creature that few people ever see alive. It was a giant squid. Its long tentacles were moving in the water as the diver kept swimming around it. The squid was over 8 feet long, and the diver looked quite small next to it. This rare sighting left him in awe, and he was unable to believe what he had found. After uploading the video online, he called this the best experience of his life. Battle of Giants. Here's a video that shows the evidence of the lost fight of a giant squid against a sperm whale. The video was released in March 2023. The sperm whale was calmly swimming around with the squid's partial remains hanging from its mouth. One massive tentacle was also clinging to the whale, serving as a sign of the other creature's final struggle. There have been signs of clashes between the two giants, but this is the first time a clear footage was recorded, which makes it really remarkable. Close call. Last year, a kayaker named Bill Tyson had a close call with a marlin, and the whole thing was caught on camera. He was out on the water, enjoying a calm and peaceful ride, when suddenly, a massive marlin shot out of the ocean in a powerful leap. The fish was huge, with a sharp blade-like bill that sliced through the air. It seemed to be catching prey, and the kayaker was extremely lucky that the fish didn't land on him. If that had happened, things would have ended badly, because that blade is sharp enough to pierce straight through other creatures. Gigantic tube organism. What's that strange thing floating in the water? Like a massive glowing tube. Divers were swimming alongside it calmly, and they were amazed by its size. It was more than 8 meters long, looking so huge it seemed like it could swallow a man. Yet this was no sea monster. This is a pyrosome, a rare colony made up of up to thousands of tiny organisms that join together to form one enormous body. Each organism filters plankton as the colony swims through the sea. Scientists still don't fully understand their behavior or why they glow so brightly, but they remain one of the ocean's strangest wonders. Unexpected sight. A family booked an Airbnb and got a prehistoric surprise. Their rental in Beccles, UK came with a nice view and a pool, but they also ended up seeing this unexpected creature. A dinosaur that looked strikingly similar to a baryonyx could be seen lying on the pool's edge, as if it was asleep. The family kept their distance and kept filming in awe before sharing the footage online. But they didn't really explain what happened next, so we don't know if they approached the dinosaur or left after that. Some viewers noted the dinosaur never moved at all, which means that it could just be a prop. What do you think? Giant manta. While scuba diving in the Red Sea, a man named Viktor Lebedev had an encounter he would never forget. Out of the blue, a giant ocean manta ray appeared past him, and he managed to record the entire moment. The creature was massive, with fins stretching wide. Manta rays are some of the most graceful giants in the ocean. Unlike stingrays, they have no venomous tail. And instead, they feed harmlessly on plankton by filtering the water. They are known for their intelligence and curiosity, often approaching divers calmly, which is why this gentle giant turned Victor's dive into pure wonder. Terrifying encounter. This is the terrifying moment a shark longer than a submarine appeared in the water. The footage was recorded off the coast of Cape Eleuthera in the Bahamas, at a depth of 528 meters, where sunlight cannot reach. 2 scientists were inside a submersible when the massive predator came into view.
Wow! My goodness.
At first, the blunt-nosed 6-gill shark was seen munching on a fish carcass before slowly swimming away. But after a few moments, it returned, this time looking directly at the submarine.
My goodness. That is amazing.
The scientists had gone underwater to tag sharks and track their movements, but due to this shark's overwhelming size, they weren't able to tag this one.
Trying to. Whoa.
Massive catch. In June 2022, a crew from River Monster Adventures made an unforgettable catch in Lillooet, British Columbia, while they were fishing. Their fishing hook reeled in something giant and heavy. It was a massive sturgeon.
And catches the biggest fish in the river.
It appeared to be at least 10 feet long and weighed nearly 700 pounds. These ancient fish are often called living dinosaurs, as they've remained almost unchanged for millions of years. The crew carefully measured and recorded the giant before releasing it back into the river. Now it's time for the most shocking sea beast of today. In 2024, a group of marine experts were called to investigate strange damage on a pier near the Coral Sea off Australia. Its wooden beams had been crushed as if a giant sea creature had taken a bite out of it. While examining the area, they noticed one of the broken logs in the water. Something massive below seemed to be pushing it. The team called in reinforcements and went farther. That's when they saw a fin so large it looked like a ship's mast. The creature had to be at least 70 feet big, and no ordinary shark could be this size. That's why they thought that maybe the megalodon might have returned. They decided to retreat and return later with more gear to observe safely. But no more information has been released.